Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, good morning, tennis fans. Here we go. Another draw preview. Another Masters is going to be underway very soon. We've got the final of another Masters, which is going to be taking place, and it's going to be between Daniil Medvedev and Riley Opelka. I'm not sure if many people picked Opelka in the final, but well done to him. And can he grab another win over Daniil Medvedev? Obviously beating him in St. Petersburg the last time they played, I believe. How you doing, JG? Anyway, you all right?
Yeah, very well. Good morning, mate. And I think John Silk was onto one. He said straight away he fancies Medvedev to win the whole thing. He's going to be a big favourite now in that final. But I wouldn't rule out Opelka. Played very well so far this tournament, beating some good players along the way. He can be such a hot and cold player. Some tournaments he goes out first round, other tournaments he goes all the way. And it makes it very difficult when it comes to doing these bracket preview videos. When we're trying to pick players to go far, I usually have Opelka going far on the ones he goes out early. And when he goes far, I always have him going out early in my bracket. So I can't seem to get it right. I just want to give a shout out to people in the chat. We've got Deepak saying, hey, Ben. Hey, JG. How we doing? We've got Gene here as well. And Dan De Castro. Opelka, why not? Shrug.
Indeed. And give a shout out to Deepak as well, just to say, I'm saying wish India 75th Independence Day. So
Happy Independence Day.
Yeah, from Game to Love, definitely. Well, we've only got a certain amount of time to get through both the women's and the men's. So I just saw something interesting Gene shared. So thanks, Gene, for sharing this in the Discord. It was actually to do with every ATP Masters 1000 tournament so far in 2021 has had different finalists, which is really interesting. Hurkacz Sinner in Miami, Tsitsipas Rublev in Monte Carlo, Zverev Berrettini in Madrid, Nadal Djokovic.
Rome was the big one.
Yeah, and then Medvedev Opelka. Are we going to see two different finalists in Cincinnati?
Well, it's a cool graphic. I really like that. I think we probably will as well. I really do. When the big three aren't there, it's very open. I still believe that. You're going to probably think, I'm assuming Medvedev's playing Cincinnati, and he's going to be a right favourite to get to the final. If he's probably going to be the one, or Tsitsipas, who's going to ruin it for me, because I think one of them should make it the final here in Cincinnati. But anything is possible. We could get like a Miami-style final, Hurkacz Sinner, and no one would have called it.
Exactly right, mate. Exactly right.
I'll be surprised if it does happen again now. We're running out of players.
Yeah, we really are. And some of those are surely going to be a repeat now because we've got the hardcourt players. They are back on. Yeah,
good shout by Tom Lazar. Zverev too as well, of course. Yeah, he's got a good shot of getting to that final.
Definitely does. Definitely does. We haven't got time to be beating about the bush. So I think we're going to go quickly through the past. Quickly through the people who have withdrawn. There you go. There's a quick graphic here. Borna Coric being replaced by Sebastian Korda. Djokovic replaced by Struff. Federer replaced by Delbonis. Manarino replaced by Kekmanovic. Nadal being replaced by Pella. Nishikori being replaced by Ger. Raonic being replaced by Per. Team being replaced by Millman, and Wawrinka replaced by Lajovic.
Mate, it just sucks. Look at all them players on the left-hand side.
Yeah, wow.
You see a lot of them there. Let's go to the next screen, and there they all are. There's the winners. They've won the tournament so many times. You've got Rafa there, won it. You've got Federer winning this tournament 7 times. Djokovic doing very well in more recent years, won it twice.
Yeah.
Is there any winners who are even playing here still? John Isner potentially got to a final.
Yeah.
Kyrgios, is he going to play? I don't think he's in the draw.
Don't think so. Yeah,
we'll have to see. There's Goffin. I think Goffin maybe got a wild card potentially.
Yeah, Goffin's in there somewhere in there, but whether he's going to be in any sort of form to get back to a final, that's Andy Murray's in there as well as a wild card, I believe. So
lovely, thank you. Just got a tea. Lovely,
nice, perfect. Yeah, just have a look at the qualifiers. They will be playing today, everybody. There are more qualifiers going on. I can take you through who the matchups are for the final round of qualification. We've got Maybe just bring it up on the screen and then you can see it.
Yeah, I've got them here, mate. Maybe we'll just read some big names. So the big names for me is Alcaraz. He's going to be in the qualifiers. You've got Quetfa, Steve Johnson, Anderson, Tommy Paul, Mutet, Poprin. There's a few good ones in there, which you'd expect in a Masters tournament.
I totally agree. I'd look down that list and I'd probably. It's hard to pick. Ivashka, Alcaraz, that one. I think that either of them could do quite well in the tournament, if I'm honest.
I think if I see qualifiers against people I'm not so keen on, I probably will be putting the qualifiers through based off the qualification draw. Obviously, we don't know who's going to be put in where yet, but we're just going to get this out because we're short of time and we've got a lot else going on today. But let's actually start off with the bracket. The number 1 seed, Daniel Medvedev at the top, and number 2, Tsitsipas. I think we're going to see a lot of tournaments with these two, number 1 and 2, in the coming years. Yeah, and this is one of them.
I think you're right, mate. Right, I'll just bring that up on the screen there. And Daniel Medvedev, the number 1 seed, he'll be playing the winner of what's the All-American affair, Brandon Nakashima, Mackenzie McDonald. Last time they played, Nakashima was the winner. I believe it was straight sets as well, and that sort of makes my decision for me. I'm actually going to go Nakashima again.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to go Nakashima. I'm actually going to have... am I going to do it? No, I'm going to go Bublik. I'm going to go Agut. I'm going to have Agut beating Bublik, Medvedev beating Nakashima, and then Medvedev heading the section. But Agut could knock him out, especially if Medvedev's to win this tournament before. Is he going to go all the way twice? I think it's tough, but I'm playing it safe.
Yeah, Dimitrov on a 3-match losing skid at the moment. I don't think it gets better for him. It becomes 4. Agut knocks him out for me as well. I think he knocks out Bublik. Medvedev knocks out Nakashima. And don't forget, Medvedev, I think there might be an opportunity to grab a world number 1 spot. I need to see the actual points dropping off of Djokovic first before I can confirm that. But I'm going to have Medvedev heading this section up. I think he gets in one of those runs of form. If he wins in Toronto, I think he's going to be trouble. Yep. Moving down.
And this is where I'm going to have my first shock. I'm going to have Hurkacz going out early.
I think this would be interesting then. They're head-to-head. Fokina leads 2-love and both on hard courts and won earlier this year on indoor hard in France in Montpellier.
Yep,
I'm not going to go for it. I'm actually going to go because they're playing outdoors. I think the indoor court's favoured for some reason. Fokina. I'm going to go Hurkacz.
Yeah, not for me. Qualifier 2 versus Murray.
Ooh, that's tough.
It is tough. I'm not sure how Murray's feeling.
His body feeling right now.
Gosh, it's not easy, is it? I'm probably going to go Andy Murray. Why not?
Go on. Yes,
go on. I know he beat Zverev here last year, so that's one thing I can allude to. I'll have John Millman beating Struff. I'll have Buster beating Millman. I'm going to go for Keener to knock Murray out, and then I'm going to go Buster head in the section.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jan-Lennard Struff.
Which may surprise some people.
Struff's beaten Millman on their last 2 meetings, 2-love, both on hard court. So I'm going to go with that. Carreño Buster, different kettle of fish, though. He beats him. Hurkacz beats Murray. Then we got Hurkacz Buster for me. That's tough. I think I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go with Buster to head the section.
Rublev gets the bye. Could he be playing against Karatsev again? I don't think so. I'm going to go Cilic. I'll have Monfils. He seems to be coming back slightly. I saw a great tweener shot from him the other day in the last tournament.
Looking good.
Yeah, a lot better anyway. I know he went out eventually, but it's still promising from him. I'll have Dimonor beating Krajinovic, Dimonor beating Monfils, Rublev beating Cilic, and Rublev heading the section for this one. Nice. This could be a big tournament for Rublev.
Yeah, really could. Karatsev, it's a bit of a sorry state of affairs. He's lost 7 out of his last 10 matches at the moment. I'm going to push him through against Cilic. I think I thought you would. I think he can do it if he does perform.
Well, surely you have him beating Rublev then after that.
I'm not so sure about that, man.
Well, he beat him last time. He blitzed him. Do you not remember?
I know, but it's a different Karatsev.
It was on hard courts as well.
The one thing I want to say to you, though, when Bitcoin's doing well, Karatsev tends to get better. So
yeah, exactly. Is he linked with Bitcoin?
I think he might be. So maybe Bitcoin's at nearly an all-time high again. Maybe we're going to see it. I'm going to go Monfils as well. I'm also going to go de Minaur. I'm going to go de Minaur again. I'm going to go Rublev, though. I'm sorry, Aslan. And yeah, I think I've got to go with Rublev head in the section.
You got Deepak saying Karatse's more of a doubles player, and
Yeah,
Tabanga
no,
saying he's overrated. But then we've got Gunnar even it out saying, "Come on, Aslan, the tennis nation's behind you." Well, certainly Game to Love will be, and if he is to win, we will be very happy for him.
Yeah, definitely will be. Next up, we got Yannick Sinner. He's up against Federico Del Bonis. That for me picks itself. Sinner goes through. This one's interesting. Cam Norrie versus John Isner. The last time they played was in 2018. Isner won the meeting on hard courts. I'm actually going to go for an upset here, though. I'm going to go Cam Norrie to beat John Isner.
Me too. I think he's a good returner. I like Cam Norrie at the moment, and he's been the most informed British player we've got, for sure.
Yeah,
bar none.
exactly.
So good. Been winning on all surfaces. So I like Cam Norrie here. It's going to be a tough matchup against Big John, but I'll have Norrie winning that one. I'm then going to go, this might surprise you, Benoit Paire. I think he's having a bit of a resurgence and playing a lot better. So I'll have him beating Kecmanovic. I'll ultimately have Chapeau beating Paire. And then Chapeau versus Sinner for me at the top bit. And this is where I'm torn. Obviously, it's a repeat of the Australian Open this year. I think Chapeau beat him on that occasion. Is it going to happen again? I'm not so sure. I think I'm going to go, I don't know. Maybe it will. I'm going to go Chapeau.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go Kecmanovic to knock out Paire just to be different to you. I think Chapeau, if he is playing well, he didn't play well in that last tournament at all. Hopefully he turns up this time. I don't know. I don't know if whether to go for Norrie over Sinner right here. I'm tempted. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to have Cam Norrie knocking him out. I think that then Chapeau would have maybe too much for Cam Norrie, though. I'm going to go with it as well. I always regret putting Chapeau through. It's almost like I'll curse him. So anyway, down to the next section. Casper Ruud gets a bye. He'll be playing Riley Opelka or a qualifier.
It's the bottom half, this one.
This is interesting. So Riley Opelka obviously playing in a final right now today. I don't know if he's going to be back ready. I'm going to go qualifier to knock out Opelka in the first round.
I'll go Opelka then. I'm going to have Ugo Humbert to beat TFO.
Yes.
I'll go Diego Schwartzman to beat Evans, Humbert to beat Schwartzman, Ruud to beat Opelka, and I'm going to have Casper Ruud in the section. He's been playing so well.
Humbert, for me that picks itself. The last time they played was in 2020 in Delray Beach, and he beat him 6-1, 6-2. So
Ruud beat Humbert 6-1, 6-2?
No, Humbert beat TFO.
Oh, okay.
So Evans Schwartzman. I'm actually going to be going Schwartzman. Evans he's on a 3-match losing streak, and you said it's not good in America. So I'm gonna have Humbert beating Schwartzman. Same. Casper Ruud. I'm gonna have Humbert head in the section.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. It was close between them two, but I think Ruud I like a little bit more. So bit of bias in there.
No worries. Next.
Goffan's back. What was he? He's not a winner. He's a finalist, I believe. One of the recent finalists here. Yeah. So he does like the tournament. You got Guido Pella there with protected ranking. I think I'm going to go Goffan. Why not? He must like it out here. Fognini, Bassasvili. I'll go Fognini. I'm going to have Lloyd Harris beating the qualifier. This is a really tough little section, though. Some good players here, some experience on this side. I think Zverev isn't going to do a Rafa and lose to Harris, though. So I'll have Zverev going through. I'll have Fognini beating Goffan and Zverev heading the section.
Yeah, indeed. Goffin, Pella, a bit of a weird match, this one. Goffan's lost his last 4. Pella's lost his last 5. And it's both their first match back on hard courts. But their head-to-head is led by David Goffin 3-1. So I'll go with him. That could be an interesting clash for Nini Bassashvili. Battle of sort of, aggressive players, really. I'm going to go for Nini to knock him out.
Battle of the personalities.
Yeah, I think either player could win on their day, but I think Fognini might have the edge. I'm going to go Lloyd Harris. Zverev to beat Harris. Oh, that makes it tough now because Fognini, Goffin. I think Fognini would beat him at the current stage and Zverev heads the section.
Nice. I think this is a nice draw for Zverev, looking at it. Berrettini's back.
Hey,
Last time we saw him, Wimbledon final, I believe.
Matteo.
He's had a few injuries. I think he said he was injured during the final as well. So hopefully he's going to be okay and doesn't pull out of this one. I'll have this might surprise you because I'm not sure how Fritz is. I might go Ramos Vinolas to beat Fritz. Fritz has had obviously bad surgery recently. I reckon I'm not sure if he gets through the match personally. Maybe he pulls out. I don't think he's in the right frame to be playing tennis. He's suffering with the injury, so I'm going to have to go. It would have been anyone, to be fair. Whoever was there, I'd have picked him over Fritz. I'll have Khachanov beating the qualifier, and unfortunately for Felix, this is not an unseeded player you want to get when your confidence is low. And it's Martin Fucsovics, so I'm going to have to go Martin to beat him. I'll have Martin to actually beat Khachanov, Berrettini to beat Ramos, and Berrettini to head the section.
Yeah, it's not a good draw for Felix at all. With that Fritz, I don't know how bad the injury is. I know that the last time they played was in the Australian Open, and he beat Ramos 3-1, and then Ramos beat him on clay, I believe, just after that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he'll have too much for Ramos, even if he is injured.
I think you're dismissing Ramos a little bit. I think that's harsh to do that.
Hardcore.
Do it at your own peril, mate. I think Fritz is injured. There's no two ways about it. I don't know if anyone in the chat's got more information. He's not in a good state physically at all.
I'm not. Yeah. Well, let's wait and see. I don't think either of them go any further than Berrettini anyway.
Listen to this from Almino as well. Our new patron saying Fucsovics to beat Felix. I'm so done with Felix. He's frustrating a lot of people now, isn't he?
I'm the same. I think I'm going to go the same. I'm going to go Khachanov to beat Fucsovics, though. He seems to be playing a lot
I think
better.
I got a bit carried away with Martin.
And I'll have Berrettini head this section. I'm looking forward to seeing Berrettini back.
Yeah, me too.
I'm actually quite excited.
Yeah.
Garin on the hard courts against the qualifier. Are we going to see an upset here, JG?
It depends which qualifier he gets. I say Quetfa could run him close, but Garin there's a lot of class for me in Garin, so I'm going to have Garin beating the qualifier. I'll also, same with Sonego. I think Sonego a better hard court than, say, Garin as well.
Yeah.
So that on that basis, I'll have Sonego beating Garin. I'll then go, I'll have Tsitsipas Korda here, Tsitsipas beating Korda, and probably Tsitsipas heading the section.
I think it's fair. He only went out just to Riley Opelka, the big server. I think I'll have the same thing. I think no one's a big server really in this little section down here. I think it should be all right. So that sort of completes the bottom half of the draw. We got Joshua saying Garin is injured.
All right.
Well, he still might have a little bit too much, but we'll wait and see. We still have until, I think it's 7 o'clock this evening to change if you really need to change anything.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just doing it for now anyway. So let's go to the top quarterfinal time. I've got Medvedev Busta. Does that happen at the Olympics or am I dreaming?
I don't think that one did happen at the Olympics. If I'm right in thinking.
No, probably. I don't know. Did it?
I can't think off the top of my head. I don't think it did.
Okay.
Correct us in the live chat if we're wrong. I thought it was wasn't it Khachanov? And I'm forgetting who even played.
No, okay, but they did play recently. It was a semi-final in Mallorca, and Medvedev beat him in 3 sets. I'm going to go the same again here. I'll have Medvedev beating Busta.
Oh, that's it. PCB beat Med. That's what I was trying to think of when Medvedev beat PCB. No, it was PCB beat Medvedev in the Olympics. That was it. Thanks, Jay.
So it did happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to think of a celebration.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought it happened.
I was trying to think of Medvedev celebrating after a win, and that's why I couldn't think of it because it didn't happen. This is tough. Medvedev, I think he beats PCB though in this sort of situation.
He's going to get revenge. This is a Masters tournament.
See how easily he dispatched John Isner. It was a bit of a demolition job.
I'm going to have Rublev to beat Shapo here. So I'll have a Rublev-Medvedev semi-final at the top.
All Russian affair. I'm going the same. Moving down. Ugo Humbert, Zverev. I believe this is Casper Ruud, Zverev on your bracket.
Yeah. It's only going to go one way. Zverev for me. Yeah,
definitely.
I think he's going to have a real good shot this tournament.
I think it picks itself a little bit, this tournament.
Yep.
so far. And then this is the big one, really. If we get this, we're in for a treat. Matteo Berrettini, Stefanos Tsitsipas, and this is where we might have some differences.
I don't know how to pick it, really.
It's tough, isn't it?
Because Tsitsipas is not consistent. There's no two ways about it. Right now, he can lose to a lot of people, but he can beat everyone as well. Berrettini, we don't know how he's going to be since the injury.
Yeah.
He's not played on the hard courts. So on that base, I'm going to go Tsitsipas to beat Berrettini.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why you're going for it, but I don't know what they're. I'm just going to have a quick look at their previous match. Or Tsitsipas has won all of their previous meetings, and the last one in the Rome Masters, and 2 on hard courts as well. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be. Sorry, Berrettines, going out. So we got
We've got exactly the same semi-finals then.
Yeah, it's not surprising. I bet there's a lot of people with this same semi-final, mate.
Yeah.
So Rublev,
the top one, I'm not going to mess around with. Medvedev, I don't think Rublev still is at the level to beat Rublev. No, Medvedev, sorry.
No,
it seems to have a mental block against Russians, especially in Masters tournaments. Everything stacked against the Andrei Rublev. So I'm going to go Daniil Medvedev yet again into the final. Picks itself for me.
I totally agree with you, mate. I don't want to be... maybe this is the morning brackets. We just agree. But I think this tournament is sort of picking itself a little bit. The more you progress, it's hard to go against it.
Yeah. And at the bottom, this is definitely a little bit more open. Zverev, Tsitsipas, a harder one to call for sure. I'm actually going to go Zverev. I'm not going to mess around too long. I think he's more consistent right now than Tsitsipas. Obviously, off the back of winning the Olympics, his confidence is going to be high. I think he beats Tsitsipas.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a 6-2 losing head-to-head against Tsitsipas, but he did win their last match on the hard courts, which was in Acapulco, I remember. I believe it was the final there. And I think and he's obviously got his sights set on the top 4. I think he wants to, he is in the top. No, he'll be in the top 4 if he wins this tournament, I think. So I'm going to be having Zverev, Medvedev final. It's just about who we pick now, mate.
We've got the same final?
Yeah. And for me, I'm going Zverev to win it.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Obviously, Medvedev's in the final right now. Is he going to go back-to-back, win Masters tournaments? That would be a big sort of statement from him, from the Russian. I think he's going to. I think he beats Zverev. So I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna have Medvedev. You can have Zverev. That's our main picks. Let's get on to the dark horses. This has got to be an unseeded player.
Indeed.
And tough. For me, it is tough. I think I'm gonna go Martin Fucsovics. Why not? I've got him going through to like the 3rd round. So.
Well, you see the person who I've got going probably furthest is Ugo Humbert. I think he becomes my dark horse in so many. I think I'll have to go for him again. Ugo Humbert, my dark horse. So I'll have to
nice one. So put in your things and let's get on to the women's.
Oh, nearly put in 1,000 minutes for the championship match then. That's going to be a long one.
I can take you through the qualifiers for the women's. And we've got some okay players, not loads of great ones. You've got Samsonova, she sort of springs to mind. Good player, playing well at the moment. Seisu Wei's back. Heather Watson's going to be there. Petkovic, obviously on the back of winning the title recently. And Leila Fernandez, another good name. Buskova. So there is some good women, but not probably as good as the men, I would say. But maybe I'm biased.
Yeah, I mean...
I think some of the men's qualifiers are just a bit more impressive for me.
Just a quick look there at the withdrawals. Sophia Kenin being replaced by Magda Linette, and Serena Williams being replaced by Diana Yastremska.
Yeah.
Just have a look at the past winners. Obviously, it was a walkover, and Osaka withdrew ahead of the US Open, and then went on to win the US Open in what proved to be the same final as what would have happened here. So, Azarenka, the reigning champ. Madison Keys 2019, Kiki Bertens before that. So there hasn't really been like anyone asserting dominance on it since Serena back in 2014 and 15.
Osaka has the ability to. I love her in the US as well. She's great in America.
Yeah, really good.
I don't know. It's hard to really think too much past her because We're not sure where her head's going to be at and how she's going to be feeling. And she can be. It was a disappointing Olympics. I didn't like her attitude in that at all.
No.
Hopefully, it can improve here. She is the number 2 seed in this tournament. So we've got a lot of big guns. There's only 2 big withdrawals being Kenin and Serena Williams. So the number 1 seed is going to be Barty at the top and then Osaka at the bottom. But looking at her draw, it could be a crazy one early doors. But let's start off at the top. And we're going to have qualifier 1 versus qualifier 2. So I'm going to go 1 for now.
I'll go 2.
I'll have 3 to beat Risk. Not a big fan of Risk, especially recently. And I'll have Azarenka beating the qualifier. And it's all qualified. So I'll have Azarenka ultimately playing Barty. And am I going to go brave on this one?
Yeah.
I think I am. I'm going to have Azarenka knocking out Barty and heading the section.
That's a real tough one. Obviously, we know how good Azarenka is. I'm not. I'm going to have Ash Barty beating Azarenka. I don't think she gets to the final again this year. Sorry, Vika. Is this
yeah,
the surname, the nickname?
Vika. That's
yeah.
Good. Sounds like a Vika.
Sorry, Vika.
We've got Krajikova, the informed girl on tour. She can play singles, doubles. She could do anything. Brilliant tennis player. Tough draw for her, but I think she beats Kasatkina. I'll have Yastramenska beating McNally. Sloane Stephens beating the qualifier. Muguruza's here as well. It's got to be Muguruza, Krajikova. And then, who did Muguruza go out to last tournament?
Oh, top of my head. And, God, I can't think. Let me just have a quick look. I know
I had her going far.
Muguruza lost 2. Bear with me. Oh, yeah, Siniakova.
There we go.
That's
Siniakova.
So she's on a 2-match losing streak at the moment. She lost to Rybakina in the Olympics and then Siniakova in Montreal.
I think I'll go Krajikova then, head in the section.
Wow. I'm going to go McNally to beat Yastremska. Yastremska on a 4-match losing run at the moment. I think that continues. Sloane Stephens to beat a qualifier. I think Sloane Stephens may knock out Muguruza.
Okay.
And then Krajikova. And I'm going to go Krajikova as well to head this section. You know I'm a big fan. Right, I'm going down. Alina Svitolina. She'll be playing the winner of Maria Sakkari or Angelique Kerber.
This section's ridiculous as well. You got Ostapenko, Zidansek, Alexandrova Brady as well. This is tough. This is a pick-em. I think any of them could head the section. I really do. And based off that, I'm going to just jump straight to it. And I'm going to pick a name to head the section. I know I don't usually do this, but I'm going to work backwards. And I'm just going to initially go Brady to head the section. I think it's her time to do something. Like I said, I think it could be one of 8 who could head the section. I'm going to pick her. And then going backwards, I'll have Ostapenko to beat Zidansek. I'll have Sakkari to beat Kerber. And I'll have Svitolina to beat Sakkari.
Well, Sakkari won the last meeting in February this year. It was on hard court. She beat her 4-2. I'm going with her beating her again. I'm going with Sakkari to beat Svitolina as well. I'm going to have Zidansek knocking out Ostapenko. She hasn't played since she won in the tournament in Lausanne. But that was on clay. I reckon that she might continue the winning form. I'm actually going to go different to you. I'm going Alexandrova to knock out Jem Brady here, despite her being the Yank in the US. I'm going to have Alexandrova going through to face Sakkari and Sakkari heading the section.
Nice one.
All right, next section. We got Kvitova Keys.
Oh, no. This is even more good play. This is a crazy draw. It's going to be an exciting tournament. I'm not sure who's going to make it. I'm going to go... Off the bat, I'm going to go Keys to beat Kvitova.
Well, you'd be interested to know the head-to-head is 4-3 in favour of Madison Keys, and she won the last meeting in 2020 in Brisbane. The last 3 meetings have gone to 3 sets, and Keys won the last 2. I think I'm going to go with you. I'm going Madison Keys to win again.
Yeah, I think you got to, mate. I really do. Ons Jabeur Kontaveit. I'm going to go Ons Jabeur. You know me. And then I can't pick that, man. I can't pick Ons Jabeur out of Swiatek. That's just... Go on. I'll go Ons Jabeur to knock out Swiatek. I'll have Keys to beat Kudermetova. And then I'll have Ons Jabeur head in the section. done it again.
It's tough. It's a real tough one. I think.
We've not seen
Ons Jabeur,
Iga for a bit, so maybe she's got a bit. She's not got some much match fitness right now.
I think we're going to see the same. I think we are going to see Ons Jabeur do well here. I think she will head the section. Right, move down. Karolina Pliskova. She's been looking very, very good of late, hasn't she?
Yeah,
yet again, and
a lot better. Yeah,
I'm been really impressed with her. She's obviously in the final in Montreal against Camelia Georgi, and I think she's lucky she got a bye. I think Putin-Sava will meet her there. I think she'll knock out Putin-Sava. We got Pegula. I think she's too good for a qualifier here.
yeah.
Halep, it's a bit disappointing.
What's Halep been doing recently?
Well, Halep's lost her last 3 at the moment, so she's on a bit of a skid. Lynette's lost her last 2. I think Halep's got too much, but I think Halep goes out to Pegula here.
So Halep lost to Danielle Collins. She lost to Kerber. She's lost to... I'm just looking at some of the recent ones she's lost. It's just been a bit... She lost to Mertens there in Madrid. She's just had a bit of a topsy-turvy year. It's not the same consistent Halep which we know, but I think you know what it's like, mate. On this the recent results on the women's side, anything can happen. I'm going to have Halep head in the section. I'm starting from back to front again. I think she's going to have a good tournament. So yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Well, I've got Pegula, Pliskova, and you know that they've had a horrendous head-to-head meetings, and I think Pegula's going to beat her again. And
you've got Jackie there saying, JG, what you doing? Ons? Yeah, well, I'm a big Ons fan. It's certainly possible, Jackie. She's a really good player. And I think, did you go the same? You went Ons Jabeur as well, didn't you?
Mate, we can't not, can we? We're always talking about Ons Jabeur.
Wait, one thing though, Gene, they're saying that special exempt is Georgie, by the way. So I don't know if you want to go up to that. So the SE is Georgie. So it's going to be Georgie Pegula.
But she's playing a final right now.
Yeah, I think Pegula beats her though.
Yeah, it was a very close match in their semi-final. Mertens Podoroska. That's a tough one for me. Mertens has lost her last 2. I think she beats Podoroska here though.
Yeah, me too. Rybakina beats Stosa. I'll have Badoza beating Martin. I'm going to do it again, mate. I think I didn't get the matchup in the last tournament, but I'm going to go again. Badoza to beat Sabalenka. Yeah. It's going to happen eventually. If I keep picking it enough, surely one time it will happen. I'll have Mertens beat Rybakina, and then I'm going to go Mertens to head the section.
Ooh. Sam Stosur on a 7-match losing streak at the moment. I'm having her losing to Rybakina. I'm going to have Badoza through. Sabalenka to beat Badoza. Rybakina to beat Mertens, and then Rybakina, Sabalenka. I'm going to go Sabalenka to go through.
Surprise. I think you went Rybakina, didn't you, at Wimbledon against them too?
Yeah, I'm a big fan, but it's just the hard courts, and Sabalenka, if she gets it right, yeah, she's trouble. Bianca's back. BB. Who's she going to be up against in the next round? Joanna Konta or Karolina Muchova?
Okay, I'll go Muchova then.
All right, I'll go Konta then, just to be different.
Danielle Collins, one of the most in-form Americans right now, only just recently losing one match in about 15. So I think she's going to continue some good form. And the one below doesn't get a bit bigger than this. You've got the gold medalist and the silver medalist battling it out.
Again, from the Olympics. Are we going to see some revenge, maybe, from Vondrasova? I think we are. I'm going to go Vondrasova to knock out Bencic.
Yeah, me too. I like that too. I think she's going to want revenge and win. Vondrasova seems back to me. I think she could potentially head this section, if I'm honest. It's just such a tricky one because Danielle Collins in the US, it's hard to really go past her. So I'm going to have her beating her. I'll have Andreescu beating Muchova. And then I'm going to go on BB, have a little run. I'll have BB heading the section.
I'm going to go brave on this section. I don't know how it's going to turn out. It might go disastrous. I'm going to have Vondrasova heading my section.
Okay.
It's a bit of a punt, but sometimes they pay off, and then you're at the top. You could be at the bottom, though. That's the only. So
I like it. I like the thinking behind it.
Right. Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova versus Bernarda Pera. I'm going to go Pav on that one.
I'm going to go Pera.
Oh, okay.
Might surprise you. I'll have Sirsteyer beating Teichmann.
Same.
It doesn't get bigger than this. Coco Gauff against the qualifier.
Oh, I like
And
it.
we're going to be seeing Coco Gauff, Naomi Osaka.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like
Again.
I remember watching the documentary, the Osaka one recently, and they was played US Open. I forget all the other matches they had. Maybe do you have the head-to-head between them?
I don't have it off the top of my head, mate. I don't know.
I'll get it up now then, because it's quite easy to find. It's an important one to talk about because I think we are going to get it personally. And so far, they've played each other. I can confirm
Twice, I believe.
twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got one in the Australian Open, one in the US Open, and Coco Gauff won in the 2020 in the Australian Open, and Osaka beat the year
Destroyed
before
her.
in the US Open. Well, yeah, destroyed a 6-3, 6-love. But you could probably say Coco destroyed Osaka in the Australian Open. It was 6-3, 6-4.
Straight sets. I mean,
Yeah.
they only meet in slams, it appears, and this is
Yeah.
the first non-slam meeting between the two. Gauff arguably in better form right now as well. But
Yep. I'm gonna go for it then, man. I'm gonna have Coco Gauff to beat Osaka. I'm not sure where Osaka is right now. I thought her showing at the Olympics was poor. I know I did say I think she could fall off a little bit these coming years until she gets herself back on track again. I just want to be talking about her for the right reasons about the tennis, and so far the tennis hasn't been good enough really since the Australian Open when she was amazing.
Exactly. For me, she's the finalist here last year. It's the run up to the US Open. She needs a good run in this tournament. Osaka beats Gauff in their rubber match, let's call it, their 1-1. I think that she beats her probably 3 sets. I'm going to have Sestaya beating Pavlyuchenkova and Osaka heading the section.
Yeah, and I think I've got to have Coco Gauff head in the section. I think that's going to be a real bracket killer. I feel like we're probably going to see about, I don't know, maybe about a 60-40 split on the bracket. There's going to be a lot of people going for Coco Gauff, I'm sure of it. And I think only one's obviously, I think whoever wins it will go far. So you need to get that one right, personally. You're going to get a lot of points at stake to call in Coco Gauff, Naomi Osaka. That's going to define everyone's brackets. So let us know in the chat what you think and who's going to win. You got Larsford saying Osaka wins. Gauff's preparing for the US Open. You got Ben saying I have a feeling Osaka in straights for this, but Osaka is not her best form. However, I'll stand by what I'll say. And Gene there, Gauff beat Osaka at the Australian Open last year. Yeah, of course. So moving up to the top, have we got the same? I don't think we do, actually. Very different. I've got Azarenka Krajikova.
Yeah, I like it, though. Azarenka, last year's winner, obviously. She gets good around this time of the year, as we know, and I know that you're very keen on Vika maybe going far in this tournament.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure who. I think I'm gonna have to go Barty. I think she's just a better hardcourt player than Krejcikova.
Okay, I'm gonna have Azarenka beating Krajikova. I'm then gonna have Ons Jabeur beating Brady. I think it's a big ask. Brady gets there. I don't know what I was doing, but I think Ons Jabeur. Let's push her into another semi.
I'm gonna go Maria Sakkari to beat Ons Jabeur. Sorry, excuse me.
Okay, you do like Sakkari, didn't you? You always have her going far.
Yeah, I try. She doesn't always oblige. Pegula, I've got versus Sabalenka, and I'm gonna have Sabalenka beating Pegula.
We got completely different, mate. I've got Halep, Rybakina. I'm going to go Halep.
I would like to see Rybakina do well with her here, if I'm honest.
I've got her going far. I've got her beating Mertens and then Badoza, so it's quite crazy. But I'll have Halep for their head of the section.
Oh, no, I've got another decision to make where I could have brackets completely dead by now. Vondrousova and Osaka here.
It's good that we've got completely different everything on this.
I think I'm going to have to. I don't know if I can go that big. Can Vondrousova really beat Bencic, Collins, Andriescu, and Osaka?
Well, if she's got that far, she probably beats Osaka. But it depends what Osaka's playing.
I think Osaka. I'm going to go. Okay. I'm just going to think based upon what she needs to do, not what.
Mate, mine's going to be another popcorn match. So I've got, obviously, I think everyone's going to have Gauff Osaka early doors. And then I've got Gauff versus Andriescu, which would be great. It'll be a good watch along to do. I think Coco Gauff wins into the semi.
I've got Barty, Sakkari. Am I really going to be doing Sakkari again? I think I am. I can't believe I'm doing it. Sakari, is that my final? Yeah, I think it is. Sakari into the final, beating Barty in the semis.
Mate, I've done it again as well. I've got Ons Jabeur Azarenka. I'm going to go Ons Jabeur in the final.
No, he's doing it again.
What's
Oh,
happening?
and I've got Sabalenka.
Button bias.
Sabalenka Osaka. I'm going Sabalenka into the final to face Sakari.
My bottom is going to be Halep Gauff. I'm going to go all the young guns. Coco Gauff in the final to face Ons Jabeur for a Masters title, which would be their biggest title for both of them. I'll be ecstatic if it can happen. I really will.
Battle of the essays for me. Sakari and Sabalenka in the final. I'm going to be going for Sabalenka. I'm hoping that she rediscovers that hard court form and just puts it all together in one tournament and sets herself up well for the US Open.
She could do it with a Masters title as well. So let's see if it can happen. I'm going to go, call me crazy, Coco Gauff wins in America. The fans are going to be behind her. If she can get through, it's a tricky start. It doesn't get trickier, to be fair. Playing Coco Gauff, then potentially another Grand Slam champion in Andreescu or Daniel. There's a lot of good players down there, actually. But why not? Coco Gauff to win the whole thing.
Yeah. Nice.
She's an unseeded player, but I think she can do it. She's not going to be an unseeded player for long, though.
Who's your dark horse going to be?
Well, it would have been her, but I don't think I can have her. So it'll have to be one of my go-tos, which is Ons Jabeur. She's my finalist. So I've got 2 unseeded in the final, and that's what I'm going to go for. So Ons Jabeur is my dark horse and my main pick, Coco Gauff.
I'm just a bit torn on mine. I would like to say Rybakina. I think I'm going to go Rybakina.
Okay.
There's a lot that you could pick. You could pick Pegula, Rybakina. You could have.
It's much easier to find a dark horse on this one than the men's.
Vondrousova. Look, there's so many. Yeah. I mean, well, I'll go with Rybakina though, because I think if she plays Sabalenka,
she could beat Saba. Yeah.
So I think there could be potential to go a lot further. So there you go. I'll stick with that. Rybakina, number of aces. Ugh, I have no idea on that.
Deepak saying that Rybakina doesn't have the nerves to win, potentially. Almino saying I haven't done my draw yet, but let's go Badoza for dark horse. That's always a good one as well. I was torn between Badoza, but since I've got Ons going so far, thought it picks itself. But I think we'll wrap it up there. Yeah. Shout out to everyone who joined us this fine morning for another draw preview video. This time it's Cincinnati. We've got the final happening later on today, I believe, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Indeed. Do you know what time it is? Medvedev playing Opelka, is it?
Yeah, 9 p.m. UK time. The women's kicks off around 4:30, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Are we doing a watch along for it?
I don't know, might do. Yeah, might do one for the men's. Yeah, that's later on. It's quite late. Are you about? Or
well, we'll have to see. I should be. Yeah. So we'll see how it's going. Hopefully, we can't promise anything, but we'll try and do a watch along for that. We're gonna have to go now because I've got a football match very soon. Just want to say thanks to everyone who joined us for this one. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, check out the Patreon, see if you can support us any more. And we'll see you very soon, hopefully for a watch along of a Masters final later on.
Indeed. Right. Take it easy, guys. Have a good day.